Hello. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus, and I'm back again. I have a message for you, and I'm glad I'm presenting this as a post on Facebook and YouTube and whatever other sources that might be available. I am, however, kind of glad that I'm not doing this live at a church. I wouldn't mind doing it on the street, but at a church, I kind of am hesitant and kind of glad that I'm not doing that there, because the subject matter that I have chosen to speak to you on tonight is 40 years in the wilderness. And I want to thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me this your time once again. 40 years in the wilderness. 1979 to 2019 equals 40 years. 40 years to share with the American people that there truly is a God, spirit, not in a book or stories from a book. The book gives messages about God from people that have experienced God in their lives, but God is not there. In fact, the book has been changed around many times to add distortions to deceive and promote agendas of various persuasions. God has not changed, and those led by the Spirit is aware of the distortions. God intervened to keep me alive so that the doubt I had was no more. With this assurance, I am to go before humankind and remind them that God exists, is the creator of all existence, regardless of how it's understood. As your creator, you were created out of love, free, peaceful, prosperous, joyous in the fulfillment of dreams. Since the beginning of time, humans have been deceived, and in this deception, lost connection with their Creator. They are following the dictates of kings, of queens, pharaohs, Caesars, emperors, dictators, presidents, popes, elders, and preachers. As children, you are to listen to your parents, who will teach you about God, whom, as adults, you will listen to, and only to God, a spirit. All these different voices have concocted different social systems that require your allegiance, none of which can meet the needs associated with human existence beyond the physical. God wants humans to wake up and return to life. This is not life, this is death. Remember, the day you follow the guidance of deception is the day you will surely die. You were told that you didn't die. You are dead. That's why you reject God. Those that were dead and are born again know the truth. They cannot nor will not follow a fake God. They are lovers. They work together and create for one another any and everything needed to survive, which is peace, prosperity, freedom, and joy of life, experienced through the fulfillment of their dreams. They live heavenly in heaven. Yet, God is your Father, and God loves you, and God's love for you is strong. Thus, my business in this wilderness has been and is to point out this death you are experiencing in America. And here in America, capitalism is the drug of your addiction. You believe you need it for food, for clothing, for shelter, education, health care, and every other thing you can imagine. You have placed your power in another, in friends, your spouse, in your boss, in your political parties, in your president, your pope, your preacher, in a book. You are manipulated by lies, cheating, stealing, crime and violence, terror and war. You are immune to the suffering and pains of others and justify it under the guise of business. Over the past 40 years, you have sunk deeper in this death. 40 years ago, this message was sent to you and you rejected it. Over the following 35 years, this message came by a candidate twice for mayor in cities of the state of Minnesota, 3 times as a candidate for U.S. president, twice as a candidate for U.S. Senate. Each time, this messenger and message was rejected. Having committed crimes in order to get a message to you and ended up doing time in jails and prisons, still, you were too blind to see. So God has allowed you to suffer at your own peril. You have sunk so low, you are unable to see the evil before you in the 2016 presidential election. You went to the polls and voted for evil. How low can you go? At this moment in time, you recognize the evil in your midst, but you still do not know the path to life. You are dead, fighting the dead. However, in this grave, God is with you, and God's love is extended to you. But you must be born again to accept it. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus, and I say one more time, bye-bye.